Hello and welcome to Friday Music Random Vinyl number 6. Joined again by my dear wife Karen.
Hi.
This is going to be a Beatles-centric random vinyl in honor of our upcoming Ringo Starr Ringo Rama album. This is the great vinyl version of it. Isn't that cool? Anyway, 2 LPs, never on vinyl before. We're putting this out in about a month. You need to go check it out on FridayMusic.com. But Karen, let's get started. She's going to go in the vaults. I got about 1,000 Beatle records. I'm wearing my Abbey Road shirt, so pretty cool, huh? What's this? Abbey Road. Okay, now this is, she knew I was wearing it. Anyway, this is a interesting HMV stores out of England. Notice the alternate photo of Abbey Road on the front cover. Is that cool? And it came with the CD, huge poster, obviously, a book, another poster. Book, here's the book, and CD, and a button, Abbey Road. My buddy Alan Parsons worked on this album as he did with most of the Beatles albums there towards the end. It actually has a serial number in there. At any rate, the Beatles on compact disc series, HMV, Abbey Road. Another one. All right, this is a legit one too. This is introducing the Beatles album. They repackaged that album on VJ, but this is the authentic one that opens up. Songs, pictures, and stories of the fabulous Beatles on VJ. First they did Introducing the Beatles, then this one, different singles, and then before you know it, they were on Capitol Records. It later became the early Beatles on Capitol. And what's she got now? All right, this is a rare one. Norwegian Wood EP from Australia. This great lineup of songs. Paperback Writer, Day Tripper, We Can Work It Out, and Norwegian Wood. Australian Parlophone, 45. I don't know what this is. Oh, now we're going to the solo bins. Paul McCartney Ram. I think this is a German Horsey, maybe? Or German Apple. Glossy cover, isn't that cool? There's a really great looking apple from Germany. I love the German pressings back from the 70s. They were really good. I'm between this and Band on the Run as probably being my favorite Paul McCartney albums. Every song on this album is pretty incredible. Too Many People, Ram On, Heart of the Country, Eat at Home, Long Haired Lady is the first song I think I heard off this album at WMMR in Philly as a kid. Obviously Uncle Albert's on here. One of my favorites is Dear Boy. Next, he's coming to town pretty soon. Oh, here we go. You know I'm an 8-track addict. Here's it's still sealed. This is like a second edition. It came out like with a white and pink thing back in the 60s. But this is like a mid-70s issue of Meet the Beatles, which had the big song, obviously, I Want to Hold Your Hand. This Boy, great song. Anyway, everyone has this album. If you don't, you better get one. Next. All right. This is a German edition. Again, I bought this when I worked at an import place. But John Lennon's Plastic Ono Band. A little variation on the labels, a little bit different than what you saw in America, but, you know, a purely white label, kind of. Great sounding album. Easily my favorite John Lennon album. And it was the first thing we heard from John Lennon right after the Beatles were gone. It's a great album. Mother's a great song, an emotional song, and it's a grabber. I found out it's a great song. Working Class Heroes, the one everyone talks about. That's another great acoustic song. Remember, I like a lot. That's the one I would hear on the radio a lot, was Remember. Anyway, John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band. Next. The hits keep coming.
Okay.
Oh, this is the Holy Grail, right? Here is a Parlophone Mono UK version of Sgt. Pepper. Now, amazing album cover story. We all know about it. There's a famous shot. Great back cover. I've probably got 30 different versions of this. One of my favorite albums of all time, not just my favorite Beatles album, which it's in that top strata, probably the 1 or 2, they alternate. Every song on this album is just a gem. From Sgt. Pepper to Ringo's With a Help from My Friends. She's Leaving Home is a standout track for me. It's just a incredible song. Very sad song, but a great song. And, you know, when I'm 64, it all became standards over the years. Day in the Life. What can you say? The Beatles, Sgt. Pepper. Next. Winding It Down. I got to tell you about this album. Okay, I got a story behind this. Has nothing to do with the Beatles. Well, it kind of does. Anyway, this is the Live at the Star Club. This is the German version. This is on Bellaphon out of Germany. Look at that great purple label. So this is 77. I graduated from high school. I decided to take a train ride up to Montreal from Philadelphia on an Amtrak with a guitar, tape recording deck, and music and microphones and all kinds of stuff. And I'm carrying all this stuff like an idiot on the train because my friend and I have an audition with Polydor Canada. Now, here's the craziest thing. 17. I always wanted to be in the music business. What rock and roll, guitar player, singer, all that stuff. And I just thought that was the evolution thing. So I graduate, I'm 17, and wow, my friends got us an audition with Polygram. We're going to be stars. Well, I wound up getting a flu. And I got like 105 fever. And I'm sitting in Montreal, sick as a dog. We have this audition. And the guy looked like Sir Michael Caine. I'll never forget this. Can't sing, could barely play guitar, but we made a tape. I give it to this guy, and he says to me, I'll never forget, he goes, well, I listened to your music. And he said, I kind of compare it to the audio that was on the recent Beatles Live at the Star Club. And he said this sounded better than what we gave him. And that was the end of the recording career as a recording star. Anyway, I still look at that album cover and laugh every time because the guy thought we were twits. Anything left? Oh, the White Album. What version is this? Oh, okay. This is the first mono. This is a mono. From the UK, 1968. Not a real common album around these days. It's a real early number. It's laminated. Opens up from the top. Look at this. The albums come out this way. Look at that gorgeous deep apple, huh? Pretty strong. Nice embossed Beatles there. And the pictures are, the posters and everything are a little bit different here too. They actually come with a paper thing so they don't get stuck together, but a little less glossier than the American version and cut a little bit differently. Back in the USSR, has an extended airplane sound at the end of it. I saw this like one time years ago at one of the places I worked at and nabbed it, and then it was about 20 bucks. I'm sure this thing goes for a lot of bread these days. I put this, Sgt. Pepper, and probably Abbey Road as the three for me. As far as an early album, Rubber Soul American version. Peace. See you on the next one. You have a great night, dear.